Alright guys, in this video we'll be teaching you how to make a button with one of the Greatblanks buttons and how to sublimate on it. We did put this tutorial together pretty fast, so the design on the button isn't like the best, but we're just going to go ahead and walk you through the process on how to actually create a button. As you can see, the button is on me. Let me move a little bit out the light. I had a little sunlight on the button, it was a little glare, so we could have made the picture a lot bigger, but the point was to show you exactly how to do it. All right guys, let's get started. Okay, so think of a design that you want for your button. We chose DMX because of course he passed maybe a few months ago, maybe a year ago or so, and we all love us some DMX. This was a quick tutorial, so we just wanted to put something together, but go ahead, create your design and print it out on your paper. All right, so on this next part, what we're trying to do is we just want to show you two different buttons that we actually do have on the website. We have the circular button, and then we also have a button that looks like it has wings. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to peel off the plastic. Now the plastic you can't really see, it feels as if it's invisible, but just use your nails and go ahead and peel back the plastic, because what we want to do is we want to take that image of DMX that we printed out earlier, and we want to press the button on to our Greatblanks sublimation paper. As you can see, the sublimation paper that we're actually pressing this on, you'll be able to find on the actual website also. So what we want to do is we want to take the button and we want to press it down on the image that we printed out, and right now we're adding our heat tape to make sure that the button don't move once we put it on the press. So you can see right here as we actually apply. Now what you will notice is that the wings aren't covering the DMX image. Now we didn't think about this in the beginning because our goal was to be able to show you how to use the buttons, but as you can see, the image, once it print, it won't take up the full button. But right now we're going to go ahead and start working on the big button. Now if you see the drawings at the back, that was actually my nieces and Mrs. Judy grandkids. They wrote on the back of this button, so it's a little embarrassing, but you know, this was the reason why we were actually using these, because you know, they were outside the package already. So what we're going to do is going to continue to apply the heat tape, and on this one though, the DMX image covers like majority of the thing. Now like I said, the idea was to get something out there to be able to show you guys a quick tutorial. So it wasn't like we were trying to sell these and we took like all the time in the world to think about it. Hey, we want to cover the entire button, or hey, we want to cover the wings on the button also. So all you have to do is press it onto the Greatblanks paper, and we're about to go ahead and add it to the press. And if you're looking for the Greatblanks paper, we actually have that in our actual Greatblanks store. So what we want you to do next is we want you to grab a handful of butcher paper. Now the butcher paper that we're actually using is only to protect the press, okay? So we just want to put the butcher paper on top of our press to make sure that no ink is going to land on our press, so just in case we want to press a shirt later. Now if you look on top of the actual buttons itself, you'll see our sublimation paper, our Greatblanks sublimation paper. Now the Greatblanks sublimation paper is amazing just because of how it doesn't bleed, and you will be in true shock once you see the actual ink release, like how much ink actually goes on to the button. And that's what makes the Greatblanks sublimation paper so great. So when you get a chance, guys, go ahead and go to the store, go to the website, and pick up some Greatblanks sublimation paper, because right now we're going to show you exactly how great the ink release is on the Greatblanks sublimation paper. All right, so the last step that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and close the press and let the ink and sublimation paper do its thing. We'll be right back and show you how it looks. Okay, so now our button is done. Now would you look at that? Do you see that there is no ink on top of the butcher paper? There was no bleed through from that Greatblanks sublimation paper. That's how awesome it is. So if you look now, as we peel back the thing, look at the ink release on this actual sublimation paper, in our Greatblanks sublimation paper. Just look at the ink release. There's literally almost no ink left on the paper. I mean, you can see in the small little corners that didn't cover the actual button itself, but wow, do you see that? All of the ink that was on the paper is pretty much on the button. And that's what makes the Greatblanks sublimation paper so great. Guys, you should really pick it up. Okay, so the last thing that we want to do with our buttons is, of course, we want to add the shirt clip, because that's what makes them buttons. So we'll go ahead and take the actual shirt clip once we removed all the heat paper, the heat tape, of course. And we want to peel back the sticky part of the clip, and we want to line it up with the back of the actual button itself. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now, and you can watch us as we put that on. All right, and here we skipped ahead and we went and lined up the clip, and we put them right on the back of both buttons, as you can see. So we are now done with our buttons. So now you see the finished product. Like I said, don't mind the sun glare. If you want to be able to do this, guys, we have the sublimation paper on greatblanks.com. We have the buttons on greatblanks.com. And guys, if this is something that you're interested in, guys, go ahead and visit the link, and you will be able to see the buttons. You'll be able to see the sublimation paper, and you can find it on the website. That's it for today's tutorial. And guys, thank you for watching.